Hello, hello, my lovelies. And I know I'm usually saying, come on out here and talk to me while I'm out here kicking it on my mini farm, but it's a little cold, wet, and as you can tell, a little drowsy outside. So come on inside with me while we talk about these indoor plants. Alrighty, so first and foremost, let me say welcome. Welcome to my humble abode, or more specifically, my bay window jungle. I absolutely love it. So I am going to share with you a few of the indoor plants that I have and why I think you might need to, get you one if you don't already. Alright, so I'm going to start here with this lovely right here was gifted to me a few years ago by a cousin. Interestingly enough, this particular cousin, I cannot get her to start a flower, any type of plant, whether it's a crop or what have you. I can't get her to start anything from a seed or a bud, but once she gets something, she works with it, and she's very engaging. She talks to her plants. She's low-key a crazy plant lady too, even though she don't want to admit it. But she gifted me this great snake plant, also known as mother-in-law or mother-in-law's tongue. It's a few other names for it, but for the most part, it's known as a snake plant. And I know you may be looking and say like, hey, it looks a little bit different. I did have to learn that there are small variations with that snake plant. So sometimes you will find a snake plant that has like that little lime green outline, but yeah, it's still a snake plant and it's very easy to propagate, which is basically a nice botany word for split up and share. The roots are very, very sturdy. You just have to snap them apart. But one thing that I particularly love about this plant, well, first and foremost, it's indigenous to Mother Africa. It's indigenous to West Africa. So I love traveling, and even though we can't travel right now, one way that I still engage with, enjoying to embrace and experience other cultures is I have them represented on my farm as well as in my little indoor jungle. All right, so I have Mother Africa here represented. In terms of feng shui, it's known to give off protection vibes, so even better that I got it right here in the bay window. And by the way, my cross is right there too, so it's like you don't want none here. Keep it moving if you ain't about them good vibes, okay? And in addition to that, the reason why I would definitely encourage others to get them a snake plant is because this is one of those NASA approved air purifying plants. So one thing that the snake plant does, we know about the process of photosynthesis, how plants or living organisms can utilize sunlight to convert sunlight and water and all that stuff into fresh oxygen, and they pull stuff out the air. Well, NASA did this whole extensive research, and they have a list of about, I want to say it's about 30 different plants, the best air purifying plants that you can get, and the snake plant is on that list. The snake plant, what it does that's kind of interesting opposed to other plants, is that it actually cleans the air at night. So I also have a snake plant that I actually propagated from here that's in my bedroom because, of course, fresh air kind of is a good thing when you're trying to sleep. You dig? All right, so while we're talking about Mother Africa, let's go ahead and continue that theme. I was so excited, you all. I just got this plant this year, and I gifted it to my mother as well. I made sure that I bought multiple of them because I was just so excited. This is Miss Jade. Isn't Miss Jade just beautiful? All right, the thing that I love about my Jade plant is, number one, it is just like the snake plant here. It is one of those NASA approved air purifying plants that, yes, Miss Jade will get you together. But in addition to that, Miss Jade is indigenous to South Africa. So if we can try to get north, south, east, and west, I'm here for it. But also, Miss Jade is a succulent. And what was very exciting to me is Miss Jade was my very first succulent. I know most people's first succulent is aloe vera. Aloe vera was actually my third succulent. I do have aloe vera here as well, but I have aloe vera in my kitchen window. All right. So yes, the Jade plant is also sometimes known as the money plant. So for those of you who are into feng shui and the different things that these plants represent, yes, so we have protection with the snake plant, and then we also have like good luck, prosperity, all of that with Miss Jade, the Jade plant. Okay, and I would be remiss if I did not share you all with this. If you're going to get a succulent, you want to make sure that you use some succulent food. Let's talk about watering and care and maintenance while we're going along too. So succulents, so my aloe vera as well as my jade plant alike, I give them a little succulent food plant. Sometimes I do it maybe once a month or so. I do have a sprayer here where, you know, I do a little few spritz here and there, but I don't do a lot, because what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are allowing the soil to dry out. They are succulents. They don't want a lot of water, and you don't want root rot. Okay, as it pertains to the snake plant, another great thing about this particular plant is that if you are a person where you're always concerned that you're just like, I bring plants home and they die, you want to get you a snake plant. They're resilient. Ain't that about right? So what I do is I give the snake plant a chance to dry out as well, and then I do you know, give it some little spritz. I talk to it. I play music all the time, so I do that out there on the mini farm. I've read some articles that says that helps with growth and stuff, but do you, boo? But all in all, when I get plants, I'm thankful for not only the beauty that they provide, but the functionality that they provide. So I like to call it functional beauty. All right, now another plant that is one of those good, hard to kill plants is a plant that I myself have had for, I don't want to tell my age, but we just gonna say this, okay? I've had this plant for well over 10 years, okay? I had this plant when I first moved into my very first dorm room, okay? Stemmy has been with me. So I'm going to show you guys Stemmy. I'm going to bring him out. But Stemmy basically is one of those plants that it can be a hanging plant. You can have it crawling over your wall. What I like to do is I actually put 2 stems in there, and I have him circling around, so he kind of just looks like a really, really big bush. But Stemmy is a G, okay? Stemmy, if you forget to water Stemmy still gonna be good. Low light, high light, Stemmy is gonna make it do what it do. Stemmy is a G, okay? If you're a person that you don't like your plants to suffer, you like them to, you know, survive and to thrive, I get these joints from the dollar store. All right. Every now and then when there's a sale, I'll go ahead and get the name brand joints, and you see they're almost gone. But yeah, you just stick these. I generally stick about 4. So it's kind of like north, south, east, west. And yeah, go ahead and let it get its little nourishment. But once again, the snake plant and old Stemmy here, they're not hard at all. You can check out some videos on my channel here where you see that I'm actually repotting these 2. So if you want to, you know, get, you know, more views of them and all that other jazz, more than welcome. How could I forget? So this little beauty right here, I'm actually propagating from my jade plant. So what's interesting about the jade plant is this part actually broke off. It broke off in the store. And I was like, oh my goodness. But I was like, you know what? This is a part of it. And I will find some kind of way. And I read that if you stick it in water, that it'll start to grow roots. So I did put some of the succulent food. Look, I was determined this baby was going to grow. And now what's interesting is that I've had it for about 2 months now. And when I first stuck it in there, I don't know if you guys can kind of see it, but that's where it ended. All of this is stuff that has grown, and as you can see, you got roots coming. So real soon, before the season actually ends, I'm going to go ahead and officially put it in some soil and let it flourish. But all right, and last but not least, in this jungle here, I have something that I've never tried before. And interestingly enough, I got it because y'all, don't be sleep on Aldi, okay? I am very adamant about telling people don't be sleep on the things that you can get from the Dollar Tree. Aldi is another one. So Aldi had a sale on plants and they were only $2.99, and I jumped on it. I got it. And now I have my first tropical foliage. So beautiful. Oh, and you know what? I'm sorry. Let me go back because I did not mention that Stemmy is also on that, you know, NASA approved air purifying list. Now, this tropical foliage that I have right here is not on the list. Every now and then you just need something that's pretty, okay? Red is my favorite color, and I just find it so interesting how the colors, they're so dramatic and so beautiful. And now this is another plant that does not require a lot of water. So once again, if you're just into stuff that's pretty, want something exotic, here you go. Get tropical. So I got Mother Africa and I got the tropics just here. And fun fact, I got this self-watering planter from the Dollar Tree. When I tell y'all, don't be sleep on the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree got some gems. These are plants that I highly suggest you consider adding to your home collection. Reason being because we have some that are natural air purifiers. And if you didn't know, even if they aren't the natural air purifiers, so just like the tropical foliage, keep in mind that flowers still, or all plants, have functional beauty, okay? Add some beauty, add some feng shui, figure out, you know, what a particular plant adds to your domain, be it the decor or just the feng shui of it all, and have fun with it, because you know what? You can never go wrong when you get a plant, and you can never have too many plants. That's my opinion. So last and certainly not least, my aloe vera plant. Now, let me explain something. You guys see that? That was a little damage that happened at Home Depot. And because of that damage, it was on the clearance rack. So let me explain something. Clearance plants give me life. Like, I enjoy nursing them back to health. And even though, because it's bent, but do you see that the rest of this plant is nothing wrong with it? So the great thing about having an aloe vera plant, number one, the possibilities are limitless. These plants can grow to get fairly large, but in addition to that, it's nature's first aid, okay? So of course, if you need some aloe vera, you know, you just pinch it off. And hint, during a pandemic, it would be super great for you to have an aloe vera plant, because if you're making your own hand sanitizer, keep in mind you just need alcohol, aloe vera, and some essential oils. All right. I think I get all the ingredients, because remember, that's off the top of the dome. But nonetheless, I love my clearance aloe vera. When I first got it, it was not this big, but once again, you just have to find out what window works best for you. So originally I did have it up here in the bay window jungle, but it wasn't working. It started turning yellow. It was getting too much sunlight, and my window faces the east, okay? So I ended up putting it in my kitchen window, which faces the west, and it has been thriving, okay? So once again, we have aloe vera plant. Have your own nature's first aid in your house, girl. Stop playing. All right. Jade plant, snake plant, and good old Stemmy. Okay. 3 plants that are nature's air purifiers. Get it. Boo, get it. And added bonus, the snake plant and my Stemmy, low maintenance. You can't kill these plants. They might look a little sad if you're not taking care of them. But even before they start looking sad, you have to have gone probably months without watering it. Just give it a little TLC, give it some sticks, give it some water. You good. Set a reminder on your phone if you have to. It does well, low light, high light. They G's, they are riders, okay? Jade plant, okay? It's a succulent. So it does not require much water. Make sure you get you some succulent plant food. But even if you don't get succulent plant food, just don't overwater it. The same thing with the aloe vera. Don't overwater it. Just give it a little water once every other week. Make sure the soil is dried out completely. These are easy, low maintenance plants. And let me not forget the tropical foliage. Get you something cute, you know. And if you're worried about, you just say, you know what, I hear what you're saying though, but I don't think you understand it. I really will forget that these plants are around. So this is what you do. Get you a self-watering container. So then that way, anything that drains off of the soil, meaning that it was an excess of water, it goes in here. And then when the roots are thirsty, when the soil is thirsty, it will pull up from there. All right. So there's ways to work around whatever your issue may be it scheduling, be it you just forgetful, whatever. It's ways. You know what? Think about Jurassic Park. Life always finds a way. All right. And I want you to find a way to have some functional beauty in your house that are bringing in good energy, that is helping you clean your air, especially during a time of pandemic, and that just in essence makes you happier. Because did y'all know having plants at home makes you happier? Fact. All right, so I hope you have enjoyed coming inside with me. I know this is a little different than what we're used to, but like I said, it's getting ready to rain. It's cold. It's muggy. I'm not ready for the seasons to change, even though I'm here in Chicago. But right now, we got some cold front going on. Like even people up in Denver, they got 6 inches of snow right now, and it's definitely still, well, it's September. I was about to say definitely still August. Definitely September. But nonetheless, I hope you all have enjoyed. And I will catch you on the next go round.